हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, गुड इवनिंग टू एवरीबॉडी। त्रियम प्रतियोगिता संस्थान की तरफ से आपका दोबारा स्वागत है। हम लोग क्लास 10 का जो कंप्लीट एनसीईआरटी सॉल्यूशन सीरीज चला रहे हैं, उसमें आज केमिस्ट्री के चैप्टर नंबर 2 के बारे में बात करेंगे, जो है एसिड बेस और सॉल्ट का। ठीक है, तो आइए इसके बारे में बात करते हैं हम लोग। एसिड बेस एंड सॉल्ट, HCl जैसे यहाँ पे दिया है। HCl एग्जाम्पल है एसिड का, NaOH एग्जाम्पल बेस का है, और NaCl जो है वो एग्जाम्पल है सॉल्ट का। ठीक है, तो यही एसिड बेस सॉल्ट, इसके बारे में हम लोग डिस्कशन करेंगे। और इस टॉपिक में हम लोगों ने कवर किए हैं सारी NCERT जो आपके एक्सरसाइज है उसका पूरा सोल्यूशन। द क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, अ सोल्यूशन टर्न्स रेड लिटमस ब्लू, its pH is likely to be. A solution turns red litmus to blue, its pH is likely to be. Okay, तो देखिए, you know that the pH value of acid is less than 7, is less than 7. ठीक है, is less than 7, while the pH value of base is greater than 7. pH value of base is greater than 7. Here red litmus turns into blue, which is the property of base, so look at the option which have the pH value is greater than 7. No, 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 yes, hence the answer is 10. Okay, come to the next question. Question number 2, a solution reacts with crushed egg shells to give a gas that turns lime water milky. The solution is, okay, eggshells are made up basically from calcium carbonate, that is CaCO3. Calcium carbonates, the eggshells are made of calcium carbonate, which is on reaction with HCl liberates carbon dioxide, CaCO3 plus HCl. Then you get taken to CaCl2 and CO2 plus H2, right? Then carbon dioxide reacts with the lime water and COH whole twice its form, that is calcium carbonate, which gives a solution of milky appearance. The milky appearance is due to COH whole twice, hence the option B is correct. Okay, reaction, if you are going to see here, what which I have already read, CaCO3 plus 2HCl gives out, here it gives out CaCl2 plus H2 plus C2, and COH whole twice plus CO2 gives out CaCO3 plus H2. Okay, now come to the next question. 10 ml of a solution of NaOH is found to be completely neutralized by 8 ml of a given solution of HCl. 10 ml of a NaOH solution is neutralized by 8 ml of given solution of HCl. If we take 20 ml solution of the same NaOH, the amount of HCl solution, the same solution as before, required to neutralize it. Here are the option A, B, C, D. Look at the solution of this. The amount of hydroxide ion and hydrogen ions are directly proportional to the volume of their respective solution. The amount of hydrogen ion is equal to amount of OH ion. Okay, to respective proportional to the volume of their respective solution. So by the unitary method, you would simply say 10 ml reacts with 8 ml HCl. Therefore 20 ml NaOH react with 8 by 10 into 20, that is 16 ml. So 16 ml of HCl solution will be required to completely neutralize. तो यहाँ पे आपको एक बात ध्यान रखनी है कि जितना अमाउंट हाइड्रोक्साइड आयन का होगा, उतना ही अमाउंट हाइड्रोजन आयन का होगा, और ये डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल होंगे अपनी वॉल्यूम में। तो यहाँ पे जैसे हाइड्रोजन आयन का आपने देखा कि 10 ml ऑफ NaOH, तो हाइड्रोक्साइड आयन आपके कितने आए 10 ml, एंड इट इज़ न्यूट्रलाइज बाई 8 ml ऑफ HCl। तो आपने देखा कि अगर OH देखें तो वो 10 है, हाइड्रोजन आयन देखें तो वो कितना है 8 है, राइट। इफ यू टेक 20 ml, तो इसकी जगह हमने 20 कर दिया, 2 times here is 2 times 16, that the answer. Okay, Come to the next question. Which of the following types of medicine is used for treating indigestion? So for treating indigestion, we use the antacids. Antacid, which is antacids. It is used for treatment of indigestion, which is caused due to excessive acidity in the stomach. The indigestion is occurs due to excessive acidity in the stomach. So antacid chemical is, and the antacid chemicals in basic in the nature. In basic in the nature. So there is excess of acid, then we add base, then make this, which make it neutral. Okay. It neutralizes the acidity in the stomach. Okay. Write word equation and then balance the equation. We have to write the equation and then balance. Dilute sulfuric acid means H2SO4. Reacts with zinc, Zn. Okay. Then sulfuric acid plus zinc gives out zinc sulfate plus hydrogen, H2SO4, plus zinc ZnS gives out ZnSO4 plus H2. Okay. Here we use zinc. The S is not here. Okay. H2SO4 plus Zn gives out ZnSO4 plus H2. Here S is typed by mistake. Now the next one, hydrochloric acid plus magnesium. What react with? Dilute hydrochloric acid reacts with magnesium ribbon. What is the equation? HCl means dilute hydrochloric acid plus Mg gives out MgCl2 plus H2. Here is also S is wrong. HCl, 2HCl plus Mg gives out MgCl2 plus H2. This is the final equation. Okay. Now again, the third one, what happens when sulfuric acid reacts with aluminium? Sulfuric acid reacts with aluminium. It made aluminium sulfate plus hydrogen. Then H2SO4 plus 2Al. H2SO4 plus 2Al gives out Al2SO4's whole twice plus 3H2. Same equation which here, which is here, and same here. The hydrogen revolving in all the equation. In all the equation. Here, here, here. Hydrogen is involving in all the equation. Then make the sulfates or make the chlorides of particular elements. Another one is hydrochloric acid reacts with iron, 6HCl plus 2Fe, that is gives out 2FeCl2 plus 3H2. Here is also the example of evolution of hydrogen gas. Okay, come to the next point. Compounds such as alcohol and glucose contain hydrogen but are not categorized as acid. Describe an activity to prove it. We have some compounds which have hydrogen, and as initial explanation of acid, we know that the substance which give hydrogen ion is treated as acids. But some compounds having hydrogen ion in it, like OH, alcohols, C2H5OH, for example. Here is the group alcohol OH. This is the group. In this group, H is bonded with the oxygen, and the whole group OH is bonded with the compound. So hydrogen can't be free from this solution, or can't remove oxygen from itself. So it is not categorized in acid because it will not give hydrogen ion while dissolving in the electricity or in any other solution in this. For example, if we take any experiment, take two nails that are fitted in a cork and kept in a 100 ml of beaker. The nails are then connected to the terminals of a 6-volt battery through a bulb and a switch. Some dilute is poured into the beaker and the current is switched on. The same experiment is performed with a glucose solution and an alcohol solution. What happens? क्या किया हमने? Two nails are fitted in a cork. Take a cork, fit two nails, say this and this, connected to the two terminals, and these are connected to the terminals, plus terminals minus, right, of a 6-volt battery, which is from 6-volt, which is battery is from 6-volt, through a bulb. Here, I suppose this is the bulb, okay, and a switch. also. This is the complete diagram of the circuit. Some dilute HCl is poured into a beaker and the current is switched on. In this beaker, some dilute HCl is poured where these electrodes are kept. We add here some HCl. Okay. Now current is switched on. Same experiment is done where here is glucose in spite of HCl and take alcohol in place of HCl. Take. Then what is the result? Look at that. HCl dissociate while HCl dissociate hydrogen ion and chloride ion. These ions conduct electricity in the solution and the bulb is glowing. On the other hand, neither in glucose solution nor in the alcohol solution dissociate with the ion. Therefore, these two solutions do not conduct electricity. So, what we concluded from this activity, it can be concluded that all the acid generated hydrogen ion, but all compounds containing hydrogen ion are not acid. Acids are those who generate hydrogen ion, but containing is not necessary to complete the phenomena that it will be a acid. Okay. Now the next question we have highlighted it. Why does distilled water not conduct electricity whereas rainwater does? Here, the distilled water is the purest form. Yeah, how we can say is the pure form of water, and its pH is 7, neither acid nor base. So it is a neutral. So it does not conduct electricity. While rainwater is impure. Rainwater is impure. Okay, the impurity coming from the atmosphere like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, any other dust particle, all that. So all these oxides gases reacts with water and get chemically converted into acid, which is responsible to the release of ion that conduct, which is responsible to the release of ion which conduct electricity. Contains many ionic species because species for if H2O water react with SO2, that is H2SO4, H2SO3, H2CO3, all types of acids are there whose pH value is less than 7. Therefore, it conduct electricity. Here are the equations. HNO3 is from H2SO3 from H2CO3. All these are the acid. Okay. Now come to the next question. Why do acid not show acidic behavior in the absence of water? A solution. A substance is said to be acidic when it can generate hydrogen ion. The hydrogen ion generally comes from acid which dissociate in the presence of water. Thus, for acid to dissociate, the acid for dissociate into hydrogen ion in respect to anion, water must be present. So there is water is most important thing to generate H ion because it have H ion, hydronium. So if there is no water, the acid fails to show the acidic behavior in the absence of water. Okay. 5 solutions are given A, B, C, D, E. When tested with universal indicator pH 4, 1, 11, 7, 9 respectively. Which solution is, the pH value 7, that is neutral, less than 7, that is acid, greater than 7, that is base. So acid, neutral, base, answer. Okay. Now come to the next question. Equivalents of magnesium ribbons are taken in a test tube A and B. Hydrochloric acid is added to test tube A with acetic acid is added to test tube B. Amount of concentration taken for both the acids are same. In which test tube will be fizzing occur more vigorously? Why? Okay. This is the question. In a 1 and a 2 we have taken HCl and in this CH3COOH, which is a weak acid and it is a strong acid. HCl is a stronger acid than acetic acid. Therefore, it produces hydrogen gas at quicker rate. Quickly. although it is also producing hydrogen gas, but in very short, okay, in a very slow position. So if Mg react with HCl, it gives MgCl2 plus H2. This is the first step because HCl is a stronger acid, while in the other hand Mg plus 2CH3COOH gives out MgCH3COOH whole twice plus H2, which is a slower reaction because CH3COOH, either acetic acid, is a weak acid. Now the other question: fresh milk has a pH of 6. Who do you think? How do you think the pH will change as it turns into curd? Explain your answer. The pH of milk is given 6. It's a fresh. Less than 7, that its behavior is acid, because when it get converted into the curd, the pH become 4.2 to 5.4, because curd has lactic acid, which is more acidic in nature. Thus, the pH drops below 6 and milk get converted to the curd. When the curd it converted into curd has which lactic acid, which is more acidic in the nature, in spite of the acid present in milk, which is very short. So it lets down the value and become 4.5 to 5.5 between, and the pH drops below 6. Next one. A milkman add a very small amount of baking soda to fresh milk. Why does he shift the pH of the fresh milk from 6 to slightly alkaline? Why does this milk take a long time to set as curd? Okay. Now, what happened? Many milkmen use this. They add some small quantities of other elements in the milk, like if he added baking soda. Now, what happened when he added to baking soda? Then the pH of fresh milk, that the pH of fresh milk is 6. The pH of fresh milk is slightly be alkaline because milk does not sit as a curd easily. In this helps in preventing the milk. By this, when we make the baking soda, the pH of fresh milk 6 becomes slightly alkaline. And in alkaline condition, the milk does not sit as a curd easily. So to make the condition alkaline, the milkman use the baking soda. Generally, what happened? The milk lost longer than usual if it make the baking soda in it. Now the milk is slightly basic than usual milk. Which milk? Which have baking soda. So acid produced to set the curd are neutralized by the base only when the alkalinity of milk is neutralized. Now when the process of curd formation becomes, therefore it takes a longer time to curd to set. That is why in general there is no baking soda. So it is not in alkaline nature. So it takes a less time than with this milk which have the alkaline condition after making the baking soda. Okay. Now the next question. Plaster of Paris should be stored in a moisture-proof container. Why? Why it should be placed in moisture-proof container? The POP, generally we use the word POP, should be stored in a moisture-proof container because it is a powdery mass, and when it absorbs the water, which type of water? The moisture in atmosphere, and make a hard solid, which is known as gypsum. Plaster of Paris in condition of powder. When it kept in open area, then it absorbs the moistures to form hard solids, which is called gypsum. The equation is given: CSO4 into H2, that is plaster of Paris, when added with H2O, then H2O, H2O, 2H2 gives out CSO4 into 2H2, that is gypsum, which is hard solid. So to avoid this, we are kept this in moisture proof container. Now the next, what is the neutralization reaction? Give two examples. A reaction in which an acid and a base react with each other. Neutralization reaction when acid and base reacts with each other and neutralize them both. Means here H and here is OH and it become H2O, and when become H2O it the solution become neutralized, and what will make the NaCl, that is the salt. So a reaction in which an acid and a base react with each other to give salt and water is termed a neutralization reaction. In this reaction, energy is evolved in the form of heat, and thus such reactions are usually exothermic reaction. This is the important point. The making of neutralization reaction is exothermic reaction by nature. Here the equation NaOH plus HCl gives out NaCl plus H2, gives out NaCl plus H2. During digestion caused due to the production of excess of hydrochloric acid in the stomach, we administer an antacid generally, which is milk of magnesia. The antacid, what is the antacid? Used to reduce the acidity of our stomach. It is used milk of magnesia, that is MgOH whole twice, MgOH whole twice. Take, which is basic in nature. So when it make with the acid, the acidity become neutralized by this electrolyte. Reaction is MgOH whole right plus 2Cl gives out MgCl2 plus 2H2. The neutralization is due to the formation of the water. The next one, give two important uses of the washing soda and the baking soda. As you know, the washing soda is used in glass, soap, and paper industries. Used to remove the permanent hardness of the water. Used to glass and soap and paper industry. The two important role of baking soda we generally use in our food also. In baking industry, such a baking powder is a mixture of baking soda of a mild acid known as tartaric acid. When it is heated, mixed with water, it releases carbon dioxide and makes bread and cake puffy. We use daily in our food the bread, the cakes, okay, which is made with the help of baking soda. Okay, when we add baking soda in the mild acid, tartaric acid, and it is heated, then heated with water, then carbon dioxide is evolved, and which make the bread and cake fluffy. It is used in soda acid also for extraction. Okay. Now take in text question. You have been provided two with three test tube. One of them contains distilled water and the other two contain an acidic solution and a basic solution respectively. If you are given only red litmus paper, how will you identify the contents of each test tube? You have three test tube. Okay. In one, water and other two contain the acidic. Suppose here is water, here is acidic, here is a basic, and you have only a litmus paper. How can you measure where is the acid, where is the base, and which have the water? To take few drop of each solution from the test tube, add red litmus paper separately. The solution which turns red to blue, which turn red to blue, it is basic. Which turn blue to red, it is acidic. And the color of the litmus paper does not change, that means it is water. Okay, red to blue, blue to red, no change. Red to blue, that is basic. Blue to red, that is acidic, and no color change, that is water. The next one, why should curd and sour substances not be kept in brass and copper vessel? Okay, we generally don't keep our curd and sour items in the brass and copper vessel. We generally use the glass materials or steel material because the curd and sour substances contains acid. As we know that the value of as previous slide we have studied about the curd 4.5 to 5.5 pH, the pH value of curd. Then these acids can react with the brass and copper vessels to form toxic compound. Toxic compound are the poisonous compound that is not suitable for our health, which make unfit for human consumptions. Hence, they are not kept in brass or copper vessels because curd can react with the brass or copper. Okay. The next question, which gas is usually liberated when an acid reacts with metal? Illustrated with an example. When acid react with metal, the hydrogen is evolved, as we already seen above explanation before some slides. The next question is, a metal compound A reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid to produce effervescence. The gas involved in extinguishing is burning candle. Is a burning candle. Write a balanced chemical equation for this equation. If one of the compound is formed is calcium chloride. Here is given the clue calcium chloride is formed, and another clue the gas evolved extinguished a burning candle. So hence, it is clear the metal component is calcium carbonate. Metal component A is calcium carbonate because when it reacts with dilute HCl, CaCl2, calcium carbonate, it is CaCO3 reacts with HCl, it forms CaCl2, calcium chloride, that is calcium chloride plus carbon dioxide plus water, means it evolved the carbon dioxide and water. The gas which evolved carbon dioxide, it is extinguished a burning candle. It extinguished the burning candle. Hence, the component is calcium carbonate. Why do HCl HNO3? Next question. Why do HCl HNO3 at extras show acidic character in aqueous solution while the solution of compound like alcohol and glucose do not show the acidic character, as we have discussed it before some slides, because it contains the OH and H is connect with oxygen, not with the primary alcohol, so it does not remove the HN from it. Okay, next one. Why does an aqueous solution of acid conduct electricity? Because it have aqueous solution, and aqueous solution means it have water. Water means it have presence of H ion or hydronium ion, and to conduct electricity, hydrogen ion or hydronium ion is compulsory. So it conduct electricity. Why did dry HCl gas not change in the color of the dry litmus paper? Because the answer is in the question, it's a dry HCl. So it cannot evolve H ion because it is dry. It is dry and it does not have the presence of water. Okay. The next one, while diluting an acid, why is it recommended that the acid should be added to water and not water to the acid? Okay, the question is, when we dilute an acid, we recommended, say this is the acid, we recommended not to add water. Water is this is the acid, and we add water in it. It is wrong. What we have to do? This is the water, and we make acid add on this. This is the right. Why? Because the acid may splash, cause burn, and even the bottle container can break due to vigorous reaction. So to avoid this and to allow the heat evolve to be absorbed by water slowly, the acid be added to the water for diluting it. Because when we add water in the acid, the high amount of energy is evolving. So to minimize this, we use acid in water, not water in acid. Okay. Now the next question, how is the concentration of hydronium ion is effective when a solution of acid is diluted? As you know, when the solution of acid is diluted, the concentration of hydronium ion per unit decreases. So by adding on the hydrogen of the acid and hydroxyl ion of water react to form water molecule, and the concentration of hydrogen ion is decreases, because here the H ion and H2O ion, H2O, it make H3O plus, that is hydronium ion, and while the hydronium ion makes it The acid and hydroxyl ion of water reacts to form water molecules and the concentration of hydrogen ion decreases. Okay, okay. Now, the next question. How do the concentration of hydroxide ion affect when the excess base is dissolved in a solution of sodium hydroxide? Then mixed with sodium hydroxide solution, there is a increase in the number of hydroxide ion. Number of hydroxide ion is increases. So the concentration of OH ion per unit volume is increasing. Okay, this is the reason the OH ion concentration increases, because when the base is mixed with sodium hydroxide solution, the concentration of hydrogen ion, I have tell that it increases, it remains same, it remains same. So the leads in an increase in the concentration of OH ion per unit of volume. Now the question, you have two solution A and B. The pH of solution is 6, pH of solution B is Z. Which solution more hydrogen ion concentration? As you know, acid and which into basic, pH is less than 7, pH is equal to 7, pH is greater than 7. What will happen? As we discussed earlier, do it yourself. What effect does the concentration of H ion have on the nature of solution? The higher of concentration ion of H, the more it is acid. This is the higher of concentration ion is the more of its acidic nature. Okay. Do the basic solution also have hydrogen aqueous solution? If yes, then why are these basic? The basic solution also have hydrogen ion, but they are basic in nature due to a greater number of OH ion than the hydrogen ion. Say, this is the hydrogen ion, this is the OH ion. If these are equal, then the compound is neutral. If concentration of H ion is greater than OH ion, number of H ion is greater, so it is acidic in nature. If this happen, concentration of H ion is less than OH ion, means OH ion is greater, then the concentration of OH ion is greater and it is in the nature of base. Okay. The next question. Under what soil condition the Ethereal farmer would treat the soil of his field with quick lime or slacked lime? Quick lime here, just learn. Quick lime is known as calcium oxide, slacked lime is known as calcium hydroxide, and the chalk which used in the blackboard is known as calcium carbonate. This formula can be remembered by you. Quick lime, slacked calcium, and chalk carbonate. These are all basic in the nature. These are all basic in the nature. When the soil becomes more acidic, then it not have good probability to produce the soils, so to produce the foams. So we can meet all these basic acid to reduce its acidity. So in nature the farmer would add quick lime CaO or slacked lime CaOH ka whole twice, or chalk CaCO3 to make it neutral. This help to farmer make the soil fit to grow his crops. Okay, to minimize its acidity, make the basic. Okay. What is the common name of the compound? CaOCl2. It's a bleaching powder. CaOCl2 is a bleaching powder. It's a very important question. What is called? It's bleaching powder. Another question. Name the substance which on the treatment with chlorine yields bleaching powder, that is COH whole twice, calcium hydroxide. Name the sodium compound which is used for softening hard water, that is sodium carbonate, which is used to softening hard water, sodium carbonate, Na2CO3. Okay. What will happen if a solution of sodium hydrogen carbonate is heated? The equation of reaction is evolved. When the sodium hydrogen carbonate, that is NaSCO3, is heated, sodium carbonate, water and carbon dioxide gases are obtained. The equation is given. Here is NaHCO3, that is sodium bicarbonate. When it is heated, it converts into Na2CO3 plus H2O plus CO2. Right? Then water and carbon dioxide is evolved. Write an equation, the last one, write an equation to show the reaction between plaster of Paris and water. Hence CaSO4 into 12H2O, that is the plaster of Paris, which react with water makes CaSO4 into 2H2. That is chips. Okay. Here is the some problem. CaSO4 into H2O reacts with water, gives out CaSO4 into 2H2. That is chips. Okay. So this is the our complete exercise, chapter number 2, acid, base, and salt. Hope you like the video, and just make this the notes if you want to complete your exercise. Then make the notes of this. And if there is any problem occur, then please comment in the comment box. I will surely try to solve those problems. So keep watching our videos here. Triham Pratyogita Sansthan is our YouTube channel. Thank you.